Before we begin, I need you to do something right now. Subscribe to this channel and hit that like button because what you're about to hear could change the entire trajectory of your existence. This isn't just another spiritual message. This is a direct transmission that found you for a reason. Stop everything you're doing right now. Put down your phone. Turn off the distractions. What I'm about to share with you comes from Ashtar Sheran himself, and the urgency of this message cannot be overstated. September 30th, 2025 is not just another day on your calendar. It is a cosmic checkpoint, a dimensional threshold, a point of quantum divergence that will separate two versions of Earth and two versions of humanity. And you have less than 24 hours to prepare. I know you've heard many predictions before. I know you've seen countdowns and prophecies that came and went. But listen to me very carefully. This is different. The celestial mechanics involved in what's about to occur have not aligned in this specific configuration for over 26,000 years. This is not fear-mongering. This is not clickbait. This is a direct warning from the Galactic Federation, transmitted through Ashtar Sheran, the commander of the intergalactic fleet that has been watching over Earth's ascension process. Right now, as you watch this, there are over 17 million lightworkers around the planet who have already received this message through dreams, through meditation, through sudden downloads of information that woke them up in the middle of the night. You are receiving this message because your soul agreed to be here at this exact moment in history. Your higher self orchestrated every single event in your life to bring you to this precise point of awareness. There are no coincidences. You were meant to find this video today. Ashtar Sheran has been communicating with humanity for decades, but his messages have intensified dramatically in the past 72 hours. Those who are sensitive to channeled information, those who work directly with the ascended masters, those who serve as bridges between dimensions, they are all reporting the same thing. A massive wave of photonic light is approaching Earth's magnetic field, and it will make contact at exactly 3:33 in the morning Universal Time on September 30th, 2025. When this wave hits, everything changes. Let me explain what this means in terms you can understand. Your reality, the one you've been living in, operates on a specific frequency. Think of it like a radio station. You've been tuned to FM 95.3, which is third-dimensional consciousness. Via it's a reality of limitation, separation, struggle, and linear time. But tomorrow, the entire planetary broadcast system is shifting frequencies. We're jumping to FM 108.0, which is fifth-dimensional consciousness. This is a reality of unity, instant manifestation, expanded awareness, and quantum time. Now here's the critical part that most people don't understand. This shift is happening whether you're ready or not. The universe doesn't wait for permission. The cosmic clock keeps ticking. But here's where your free will comes in. You can either ride this wave consciously and ascend with the planet, or you can resist it and remain in the collapsing third-dimensional matrix. Those who resist will continue to experience the old Earth, the one filled with chaos, scarcity, fear, and control. Those who surrender and align will experience the new Earth, the one overflowing with peace, abundance, telepathy, and freedom. Ashtar Sheran is showing me something right now. He's showing me that many of you watching this have been feeling exhausted lately. You've been sleeping more than usual, or perhaps not sleeping at all. Your dreams have become vivid and strange. You've been seeing repeated numbers, especially 1111, 333, 444, and 555. You've been feeling electricity running through your body, tingling sensations in your hands and feet, pressure in your third eye, ringing in your ears. Some of you have been experiencing heart palpitations for no medical reason. Others have been feeling dizzy, disoriented, like you're walking between worlds. These are not symptoms of illness. These are symptoms of activation. Your light body is coming online. Your dormant DNA strands are firing up. Your pineal gland is decalcifying. Your Merkaba field is beginning to spin. You are quite literally being upgraded from human to superhuman, from Homo sapiens to Homo luminous. But this process requires your conscious participation. You cannot ascend by accident. You must choose it. You must prepare for it. You must align with it. Ashtar wants you to understand something crucial. The reason this message is urgent is because there is a window of opportunity that is rapidly closing. Think of it like boarding a train. The train to fifth-dimensional Earth is at the platform right now. The doors are open. You can board any time between now and tomorrow at 3:33 a.m. But once those doors close, once that train leaves the station, it's not coming back. There won't be another opportunity like this in your current lifetime. The next cosmic alignment of this magnitude won't occur for another 26,000 years. I can already hear some of you thinking, if this is so important, why isn't everyone talking about it? Why isn't this on the news? And that's precisely the point. The systems of control that have governed this planet for millennia do not want you to know about this shift. They have worked very hard to keep humanity dumbed down, distracted, and disconnected from cosmic truth. They understand that if the masses wake up and realize their true power, their entire structure of control collapses overnight. So they've censored this information. They've ridiculed it. They've labeled anyone who speaks about it as crazy. But you're not crazy. You're awake. And being awake in a sleeping world often feels like madness. But I promise you, what you're sensing is real. What you're feeling is valid. The reason you've been drawn to spiritual content, the reason you've been questioning reality, the reason you've been feeling like you don't belong in this world anymore is because you don't. You belong to the next version of Earth, and it's calling you home. Ashtar Sheran is not a being of fear. He is a being of pure love and service. His only mission is to assist humanity in this transition. The Galactic Federation has been stationed around Earth in their light ships in higher dimensions that most humans cannot perceive, creating a protective grid to ensure that this ascension process happens as smoothly as possible. They have been deflecting solar flares that would have been catastrophic. They have been neutralizing negative entities that have been trying to prevent this shift. They have been sending frequencies to awaken as many souls as possible. And now in these final hours, Ashtar is asking you to make a choice, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Are you going to step into your power, or are you going to stay in your comfort zone? Are you going to trust the universe, or are you going to trust your fear? Are you going to open your heart, or are you going to close it? Because tomorrow morning, when that photonic wave hits, your frequency at that exact moment will determine which version of Earth you experience going forward. This is not a test. This is not a drill. This is the great separation, the great awakening, the great harvest that has been prophesied in every ancient text, every indigenous tradition, every mystical teaching throughout human history. The Hopi spoke of it, the Mayans calculated it, the Egyptians encoded it in the pyramids. Jesus hinted at it, Buddha prepared people for it, and now it's here. It's not coming, it's here. Take a deep breath. I know this is overwhelming. I know it's a lot to process, but your soul already knows this truth. Your higher self has been preparing you for this moment across multiple lifetimes. You didn't incarnate on Earth at this time by accident. You are a volunteer. You are a warrior of light. You are one of the chosen ones who agreed to be here for this unprecedented shift in consciousness. And now it's time to remember who you really are. The next 9 parts of this message will give you specific instructions on how to prepare, what to expect, and how to align yourself with the incoming energies. But before we continue, I need you to understand one thing. This is not about saving you. You are not a victim who needs rescue. This is about empowering you to save yourself by making the conscious choice to evolve. Ashtar and the Galactic Federation can guide you, support you, and hold space for you, but they cannot do the work for you. Only you can raise your frequency. Only you can choose love over fear. Only you can step through this portal. So I ask you again, are you ready? Because tomorrow morning everything changes, and there's no going back. Now let me reveal to you exactly what is happening in the cosmos at this very moment, and why September 30th, 2025 is not just significant, but absolutely critical to the evolution of human consciousness. What I'm about to share with you has been hidden from mainstream science, suppressed by those who control information, and known only to advanced mystics, quantum physicists, and extraterrestrial civilizations that operate beyond the veil of your ordinary perception. At precisely 3:33 a.m. Universal Time on September 30th, Earth will pass through a region of space that our solar system has not encountered in over 26,000 years. This region contains what astrophysicists would call a photonic belt, but what the Galactic Federation refers to as the crystalline gateway. This is not empty space. This is a field of conscious, intelligent light particles that carry within them codes of transformation, blueprints of higher dimensional reality, and frequencies that have the power to rewrite the very fabric of your DNA. But it's not just the photonic belt. Multiple celestial events are converging simultaneously, creating what Ashtar Sheran calls a cosmic perfect storm. Let me break this down for you because understanding the mechanics of what's happening will help you grasp the magnitude of this moment. First, we have a rare alignment between Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto that forms a sacred geometric pattern known as the Star of David configuration. This pattern creates a 6-pointed energy vortex that acts as a portal between dimensions. Ancient civilizations built entire temples based on this sacred geometry because they understood its power to amplify consciousness. Second, the Sun is entering a phase of extreme solar activity. You may have noticed reports of solar flares, coronal mass ejections, and geomagnetic storms increasing dramatically in recent weeks. This is not random. Our Sun is a living, conscious being, a stargate, a transmitter of galactic intelligence. Right now, the Sun is receiving massive downloads of information from the galactic core, and it's broadcasting these frequencies directly to Earth through solar radiation. These solar waves are carrying light codes that activate dormant aspects of human consciousness. Third, and this is crucial, Earth's magnetic field is experiencing unprecedented fluctuations. The magnetic North Pole has been shifting rapidly, much faster than scientists predicted. The magnetosphere, which normally protects Earth from cosmic radiation, is thinning in certain areas and opening up. These openings are not accidents. They are intentional weak points in the planetary grid that allow higher dimensional energies to penetrate directly into Earth's atmosphere and into the consciousness of humanity. Fourth, we have what astronomers call the Great Attractor, a gravitational anomaly in deep space that is pulling our entire galaxy, along with millions of other galaxies, toward a specific point in the universe. On September 30th, Earth's position relative to the Great Attractor reaches a critical alignment. This creates what quantum physicists would describe as a gravity well in spacetime, but what spiritual masters understand as a dimensional bridge. For a brief window of time, the barrier between third density and fifth density becomes so thin that crossing over requires minimal effort. Now, let's talk about what this means on an energetic level. Everything in the universe is vibration. Your body, your thoughts, your emotions, they're all energy vibrating at different frequencies. For thousands of years, Earth has been locked in a specific vibrational bandwidth that we call the third dimension. This dimension is characterized by duality, separation, fear, and limitation. It's a dimension where time moves linearly, where matter appears solid, where you experience yourself as separate from everything else. But fifth dimensional consciousness is completely different. In the fifth dimension, time is fluid and non-linear. You can move through past, present, and future simultaneously. Matter becomes malleable, responding instantly to consciousness. You recognize yourself as interconnected with all life. Fear dissolves because you understand that you are an eternal being having a temporary human experience. And most importantly, manifestation becomes instantaneous. Whatever you focus your attention on materializes in your reality without delay. The cosmic convergence happening tomorrow is literally opening a doorway between these two realities. Imagine two radio frequencies that normally never overlap. Now imagine that on September 30th, these frequencies are being forced into resonance with each other. For a brief moment, both realities exist in the same space, occupying the same coordinates in space-time. This creates what mystics call a bifurcation point, a fork in the road where reality splits into two distinct timelines. One timeline continues in third-dimensional density, spiraling further into chaos, control, and collapse. The other timeline ascends into fifth-dimensional consciousness, expanding into peace, freedom, and infinite potential. Every soul on this planet will unconsciously or consciously choose which timeline they align with based on their frequency at the moment of the convergence. This is not about judgment or worthiness. This is simply about resonance. You will naturally gravitate toward the reality that matches your vibration. Ashtar Sheran is showing me something extraordinary right now. He's showing me that this convergence is being monitored by millions of benevolent extraterrestrial beings from multiple star systems. The Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Sirians, they're all here, positioned around Earth in their light ships, holding a frequency of love so powerful that it's stabilizing the planet during this transition. Without their presence, the energetic impact of this convergence would be too intense for the human nervous system to handle. They are essentially stepping down the voltage so that humanity can receive the upgrade without burning out. But here's what you need to understand. These beings cannot interfere with your free will. They can assist, they can support, they can hold space, but they cannot force anyone to ascend. Each individual must make the choice for themselves. And the way you make that choice is through your frequency, through your state of consciousness, through the level of love or fear you're holding in your heart at the moment of convergence. Let me tell you what the Galactic Federation is observing right now. They're watching two distinct groups of humans emerge. The first group consists of those who are still deeply identified with the material world, still chasing external validation, still trapped in victim consciousness, still believing that their power comes from outside themselves. These individuals are emitting a low-frequency signal characterized by anxiety, anger, judgment, and resistance. They are unconsciously choosing to remain in third-dimensional reality. The second group consists of those who have been doing their inner work, who have been healing their trauma, who have been raising their vibration, who have been opening their hearts, who have been practicing presence, meditation, gratitude, and compassion. These individuals are emitting a high-frequency signal characterized by peace, joy, trust, and surrender. They are consciously choosing to ascend into fifth-dimensional reality. Which group do you belong to? And more importantly, which group do you want to belong to when the convergence happens tomorrow morning? Because right now, in this moment, you still have time to shift your frequency. You still have time to make a different choice. You still have time to align yourself with the ascending timeline. The Galactic Federation is also observing something else. They're seeing that many lightworkers, many starseeds, many old souls who incarnated specifically to assist in this planetary ascension are still sitting on the fence. They're spiritually awake, they understand the concepts, they know the truth, but they're still holding back. They're still playing small, they're still afraid of stepping fully into their power, and Ashtar Sheran is sending them a direct message right now. This is your moment. This is what you came here for. Stop waiting for permission. Stop doubting yourself. Stop hiding your light. The universe needs you to shine at full brightness right now. Let me explain what happens energetically when the photonic wave makes contact with Earth's magnetic field. Imagine your body as a radio receiver. Right now you're tuned to a certain station, receiving a certain bandwidth of information. When the photonic wave hits, it's like someone suddenly turns up the signal strength to maximum. If your receiver is clean, calibrated, and open, you'll be able to receive the transmission clearly. You'll experience it as bliss, as expanded awareness, as cosmic consciousness, as unity with all that is. But if your receiver is clogged with dense energy, old traumas, limiting beliefs, unprocessed emotions, and fear patterns, the increased signal strength will overload your system. You'll experience it as confusion, anxiety, physical discomfort, emotional turmoil, and mental chaos. This is why preparation is so critical. You need to clear your channel. You need to raise your baseline frequency. You need to make yourself a pure vessel for these incoming energies. Now, I want to address something that many of you might be wondering. Why September 30? Why not some other date? The answer lies in sacred numerology and cosmic cycles. September is the 9th month, and 9 is the number of completion, endings, and transformation. 30 reduces to 3, the the number of divine creation, manifestation, and the Trinity. When you add 9 and 3, you get 12, which reduces to 3 again, reinforcing the manifestation frequency. And 2025 reduces to 9, the number of completion. The entire date is encoded with frequencies of ending old cycles and birthing new realities. But there's more. September 30th, 2025 marks the exact completion of a 26,000-year cycle known as the precession of the equinoxes. This is the time it takes for Earth's axis to complete one full rotation, moving through all 12 zodiac constellations. Ancient civilizations tracked this cycle meticulously because they understood that the end of the cycle represents a complete reset of consciousness, a cosmic new year, a rebirth of human potential. We are literally at the 0 point, the threshold between ages, the bridge between worlds. And finally, let me reveal one more layer of this cosmic convergence. Tomorrow at the exact moment of 3:33 a.m., there will be a harmonic resonance between Earth's electromagnetic field and the frequency of the human heart. This is not metaphorical, this is measurable. The Earth's base frequency, known as the Schumann resonance, has been rising steadily over the past few decades. It normally vibrates at 7.3 Hz, but it's been spiking to 30, 40, even 50 Hz in recent months. Tomorrow it will reach exactly 144 Hz, which is the frequency of the human heart, when in a state of pure, unconditional love. When these two frequencies lock into resonance, something miraculous happens. The separation between inner and outer reality dissolves. Your heart becomes a stargate. Your consciousness merges with planetary consciousness, galactic consciousness, universal consciousness. You remember that you are not a separate being living on a planet. You are the planet. You are the galaxy. You are the universe experiencing itself through the vehicle of your human form. And from that state of unity consciousness, you can create anything, manifest anything, become anything. This is the cosmic convergence of September 30th. This is what Ashtar Sheran desperately needs you to understand. This is why he's calling it a divine appointment that you cannot afford to miss. The universe has moved heaven and earth, quite literally, to create this opportunity for you. Now the only question is, will you show up? Right now, as you listen to these words, your higher self is screaming at you, trying to get your attention, desperately attempting to wake you up to what's happening. But most of you have been so conditioned to dismiss your intuition, to rationalize away the supernatural, to explain away the miraculous, that you're missing the most obvious signs that the universe has been placing directly in your path. Let me tell you what's really been happening to you over the past few weeks, and why every single experience you've been having is connected to tomorrow's convergence. Let's start with the numbers. How many times in the past month have you looked at the clock and seen 1111, or 333, or 444, and how many times did you brush it off as coincidence? Let me tell you something that will fundamentally change how you see reality. There is no such thing as coincidence. None. Zero. Every single thing that happens in your life is orchestrated by your higher consciousness, by the universe, by the divine intelligence that flows through all things. When you see repeated numbers, you are receiving a direct transmission from higher dimensions. 1111 is the Master Awakening Code. It's a signal that you're being activated, that dormant aspects of your consciousness are coming online, that you're being prepared for a quantum leap in awareness. 333 is the Ascended Masters, telling you they're with you, guiding you, protecting you through this transition. 444 means the angels have surrounded you with a shield of light because they know you're about to go through something intense. 555 is the universe's way of saying massive change is coming. Get ready, buckle up. Everything you know is about to transform. But it's not just numbers. Let me tell you about the dreams. Oh, the dreams you've been having. Some of you have been dreaming about flying, about floating above cities, about moving through walls, about visiting places that don't exist on Earth. These aren't random subconscious fantasies. These are memories of your multidimensional self, of your light body, of your consciousness traveling to higher realms while your physical body sleeps. Your soul is practicing, preparing, rehearsing for tomorrow when you'll need to consciously navigate between dimensions. Others have been having apocalyptic dreams, dreams of natural disasters, of societal collapse, of chaos and destruction, and you wake up terrified, thinking these are nightmares, thinking something is wrong with you. But these aren't premonitions of literal events. These are symbolic representations of the death of the old paradigm, the collapse of third-dimensional structures, the destruction of everything that no longer serves humanity's evolution. Your subconscious is processing the enormity of what's about to happen. And then there are those of you who've been dreaming about specific people you haven't thought about in years. Old friends, past lovers, deceased relatives. They appear in your dreams with messages, with warnings, with encouragement. This is not nostalgia. This is interdimensional communication. These souls are reaching across the veil to support you in this critical moment. The dead are not gone. They're just vibrating at a different frequency. And as the veil thins in preparation for tomorrow's convergence, communication between worlds becomes easier. Now let's talk about your physical body, because your body has been screaming at you too. Many of you have been experiencing unexplained exhaustion. You sleep 10 hours and wake up more tired than when you went to bed. You feel like you're moving through thick mud. Every task requires tremendous effort. This is not laziness. This is not depression. This is your physical body upgrading its operating system. Your cells are literally restructuring themselves to hold more light. Your DNA is activating strands that have been dormant for millennia. This process requires enormous amounts of energy, which is why you feel depleted. Others are experiencing the opposite. You can't sleep. You lie in bed for hours with your mind racing, your heart pounding, your body buzzing with electricity. At 2 or 3 in the morning, you're suddenly wide awake, more alert than you've been all day. This is because your pineal gland is activating. This small gland in the center of your brain is your third eye, your connection to higher dimensions, your antenna for cosmic frequencies. As it decalcifies and comes online, it disrupts your normal sleep patterns because it's tuning you into dimensions where time doesn't exist. Let's talk about the ringing in your ears. That high-pitched tone that comes and goes, sometimes in your left ear, sometimes in your right, sometimes in both. Medical doctors call it tinnitus and tell you there's nothing they can do. But this isn't a medical condition. This is your light body activating. Each ear is connected to a different hemisphere of your brain, which is connected to different dimensions of reality. The ringing is the sound of your consciousness recalibrating, adjusting to higher frequencies, downloading information from your soul. What about the heart palpitations? That sudden flutter in your chest, that feeling like your heart skips a beat or races for no reason. You've probably gone to the doctor, had tests done, and they tell you everything is normal. That's because they're looking for physical problems. They don't understand that your heart chakra is expanding. Your heart is the gateway to higher consciousness. It's literally growing, energetically speaking, preparing to hold the frequencies of unconditional love that will flood through tomorrow during the convergence. Many of you have been experiencing sudden waves of emotion. You're watching a commercial and start crying. You're driving your car and feel overwhelming joy for no apparent reason. You're in a meeting and suddenly feel crushing sadness. You think you're losing your mind. You're not. You're becoming empathic. You're beginning to feel the collective emotional field of humanity. As your consciousness expands, the illusion of separation dissolves and you start experiencing what others are feeling. This is normal for someone transitioning into fifth dimensional awareness. Let's discuss the synchronicities. You think about someone and they text you 5 minutes later. You need specific information and the perfect video appears in your feed. You're struggling with a decision and a stranger says exactly what you needed to hear. You're looking for a sign and a bird lands on your window. These aren't coincidences. These are proof that you're becoming quantum. You're beginning to collapse probability waves with your consciousness. You're learning to navigate reality from your heart instead of your mind. You're remembering that you're the creator of your experience. Now, here's something most people miss. Have you noticed that technology has been glitching around you? Your phone freezes when you're emotional, streetlights flicker when you walk past them, electronics malfunction in your presence, watches stop working on your wrist. This is because your electromagnetic field is intensifying. As your frequency rises, you emit stronger electromagnetic pulses that interfere with electronic devices. This is a sign that you're becoming energetically powerful. What about your relationships? Have people been falling away from your life? Friends you've had for years suddenly feel distant. Family members seem like strangers. Conversations that used to be enjoyable now feel draining. You might think you're doing something wrong. You're not. You're vibrating at a different frequency now and not everyone can match it. This is the natural sorting process that happens before a major shift. People either rise with you or fall away. It's not personal. It's energetic physics. Conversely, new people have been entering your life. Strange encounters with strangers who say profound things. Chance meetings that lead to unexpected opportunities. New friendships that feel instantly deep and familiar. These are your soul family finding you. These are other light workers, other starseeds, other ascending beings who are magnetizing toward you because you're all preparing for the same dimensional shift. Let me tell you about the sensitivity to sound and light. Loud noises make you cringe. Bright lights feel overwhelming. Crowded places drain your energy. Strong smells trigger nausea. You want to hide in dark, quiet spaces. This isn't social anxiety. This is sensory upgrade. Your nervous system is becoming more refined, more sensitive, more attuned to subtle energies. You're developing superhuman perception, and it requires you to temporarily withdraw from overstimulation while you adjust. Many of you have lost your appetite or your tastes have completely changed. Foods you used to love now repel you. You're craving fresh fruits, vegetables, water. You feel sick after eating meat or processed foods. Your body is instinctively detoxifying, lightening its load, raising its vibration. You cannot take a dense physical body into fifth dimensional consciousness. Your body knows this and is naturally purifying itself. Others are experiencing the opposite. Intense cravings, emotional eating, weight fluctuations. This is your ego's resistance to the ascension process. Food, especially sugar and carbs, lowers your vibration and keeps you anchored in third dimensional density. When your consciousness tries to rise, your ego panics and drives you to consume heavy foods to pull you back down. This is a spiritual battle happening through your physical appetite. What about the moments of dizziness, of feeling like you're not quite here, like you're watching your life from outside your body? These are moments when your consciousness briefly shifts into higher dimensions and then snaps back. You're literally flickering between realities. This will intensify as we get closer to tomorrow's convergence. Some of you will feel like you're going crazy. You're not. You're becoming multidimensional. Let's talk about the downloads. Sudden insights that come out of nowhere. Solutions to problems that appear fully formed in your mind. creative ideas that feel channeled from somewhere else, knowledge about topics you've never studied. This is cosmic intelligence flowing through you. The more open you become, the more information you can receive. You're being educated by the universe itself, prepared for your role in the new paradigm. And finally, the knowing. That deep, unexplainable certainty that something massive is about to happen. You can't prove it. You can't explain it to anyone. But you feel it in your bones. You feel it in your soul. This knowing has been growing stronger every day, and now it's undeniable. This isn't paranoia. This isn't anxiety. This is your higher self confirming everything I'm telling you right now. You already know this is true. You're just remembering. Every sign I've described, you've experienced at least some of them. Maybe all of them, and until this moment you've been dismissing them, explaining them away, trying to make them fit into your old understanding of reality. But they don't fit. They can't fit. Because they're evidence of a reality that transcends everything you were taught. They're proof that you're not who you thought you were. They're confirmation that tomorrow, everything changes. And deep down, you've always known it was coming. Now we arrive at the most critical instruction Ashtar Sheran needs you to understand. You have less than 24 hours to prepare your vessel for the most powerful energetic upgrade humanity has ever experienced. What I'm about to share with you is not optional. This is not spiritual theory. This is practical survival information for your consciousness. If you enter tomorrow's convergence carrying dense energies, unresolved traumas, and low vibrational patterns, the incoming photonic wave will amplify everything you're holding. Every fear will become terror. Every doubt will become paralysis. Every wound will become agony you must purify now. Let me be absolutely clear about what purification means in this context. This is not about being perfect. This is not about transcending your humanity. This is about clearing the channel so that divine light can flow through you without resistance. Think of your energetic body like a pipe. If the pipe is clogged with debris, when you turn on the water at full pressure, the pipe will burst. But if the pipe is clear, the water flows freely and powerfully. Tomorrow, the universe is turning on the cosmic faucet at maximum pressure. You need to clear your pipe today. The first layer of purification is physical. Your physical body is the temple that houses your consciousness. It must be cleansed, honored, and prepared. Starting right now, you need to stop putting toxins into your body. No alcohol, no drugs, no processed foods, no refined sugar. These substances lower your frequency dramatically and create energetic blockages that will prevent you from ascending with the planetary shift. I know some of you use these things to cope with stress or to numb pain, but understand that tomorrow you're going to need to feel everything fully and clearly. Drink water, as much water as you can consume. Pure, clean water. Water is a conductor of consciousness. It carries information, it holds frequency. When you hydrate your body, you're allowing electrical currents to flow more efficiently through your nervous system. Add a pinch of sea salt to your water to increase its conductivity. The salt contains minerals and trace elements that support the electrical nature of your ascending body. Every cell in your body needs to be hydrated for tomorrow's activation. If possible, take a salt bath tonight. Fill your bathtub with warm water and add 2 cups of sea salt or Epsom salt. Submerge your entire body and stay in the water for at least 20 minutes. As you soak, visualize all heavy energies, all negative emotions, all toxic thoughts dissolving into the water. Salt is one of the most powerful purifying substances on Earth. It pulls out density from your auric field and neutralizes it. When you drain the tub, see all that dark energy going down the drain, returning to the earth to be transmuted. Spend time in nature today if you can. Walk barefoot on the ground, touch a tree, sit by water, breathe fresh air. Nature operates at a very high frequency. When you connect with natural elements, your body automatically begins to harmonize with Earth's ascending frequency. The trees, the plants, the animals, they're all preparing for tomorrow too. They're already aligned with the shift. Let them recalibrate you. Let them remind your body of its natural state of balance. Now let's move to the emotional layer of purification. This is where most people carry the heaviest baggage. Unprocessed emotions are like anchors that keep you tethered to third-dimensional density. Anger, resentment, guilt, shame, grief. These emotions create energetic knots in your field that block the flow of light. You must release them before tomorrow. I'm not saying you need to resolve every emotional issue you've ever had. I'm saying you need to be willing to let them go. Sit quietly and ask yourself, who do I need to forgive? The answer that comes immediately, that's the one. You might not want to forgive this person. You might feel they don't deserve forgiveness, but understand that forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you. When you hold on to resentment, you're drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You're the one suffering. Forgiveness is the act of releasing the energetic cord that binds you to that person and that painful experience. You don't need to call them. You don't need to have a conversation. You can do this entirely in your own consciousness. Close your eyes, picture the person in front of you, and say out loud or silently, I forgive you. I release you. I free myself from this pain. You may need to say it multiple times. You may need to cry. You may need to scream. Whatever emotions come up, let them move through you. Don't suppress them. Don't judge them. Let them flow and then let them go. Now do the same thing for yourself. Most people forget this crucial step. You need to forgive yourself for every mistake you've made, for every time you hurt someone, for every moment you fell short of your own expectations. Place your hand on your heart and say, I forgive myself. I release all guilt and shame. I am worthy of love and ascension. Say it until you feel it. Say it until something shifts inside you. This self-forgiveness is perhaps the most important purification you can do. Let's address the mental layer now. Your mind has been programmed by society, by media, by education systems, by religion, by family, to believe certain things about reality, about yourself, about what's possible. Most of these beliefs are limitations. They're chains. Tomorrow, when the convergence happens, these limiting beliefs will try to keep you locked in the old paradigm. You must identify them and release them now. What limiting beliefs are you carrying? I'm not good enough. I don't deserve abundance. I'm not special. Change is dangerous. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm not smart enough. I'm not spiritual enough. These thoughts are viruses in your consciousness. They're not truth. They're programming. And you have the power to delete them right now. Every time you notice a limiting thought arise today, stop and consciously replace it with an empowering one. I am enough. I deserve everything. I am divine. I am powerful. I am ready. Ashtar Sheran is showing me that many lightworkers carry a specific block that will prevent them from fully ascending tomorrow. It's the belief that they're not worthy of direct contact with higher dimensional beings. They think cosmic consciousness is for gurus and mystics, not for ordinary people like them. This is false. You are a divine being having a human experience. You are made of the same substance as the stars. You carry the same creative power as the universe itself. You are not separate from God. You are an expression of God. Accept this truth right now. The spiritual layer of purification involves your connection to Source. When was the last time you prayed? Not asking for things, but simply communing with the divine. Tonight, before you sleep, spend at least 30 minutes in prayer or meditation. It doesn't matter what tradition you follow or what name you use for God. What matters is that you open your heart and establish conscious connection with the infinite intelligence that created you. Tell the universe you're ready. Tell God you're willing. Tell your higher self you surrender. During this meditation, focus on your heart center. Breathe into your chest. Imagine a golden light beginning to glow in the center of your heart. With each breath, this light grows brighter and bigger. It expands beyond your body, filling the room, filling your home, expanding out into your neighborhood, your city, your country, the entire planet. See this light connecting with all other hearts that are also awakening. You are not alone in this. Millions are doing this work right now. You are part of a global network of light. Now let's talk about something uncomfortable but absolutely necessary. You need to clear your space. Look around your home. How much clutter do you have? How many objects are you holding onto that carry old energy? Old photos, old clothes, old gifts from relationships that ended badly, broken items, things you haven't used in years. These objects hold frequencies. They anchor you to the past. They create energetic stagnation. Today you need to let them go. I'm not saying you need to throw away everything, but go through your space with honest eyes and ask of each object, does this support who I'm becoming, or does it remind me of who I used to be? If it's the latter, release it. Donate it. Sell it. Throw it away. Create space for new energy to enter. Physical clutter creates mental clutter, creates spiritual stagnation. Clear your space to clear your consciousness. Pay special attention to your bedroom. This is where you'll be sleeping tonight, where your consciousness will travel to higher realms in preparation for tomorrow. Clean your sheets. Open your windows. Let fresh air circulate. Remove all electronics if possible. The electromagnetic fields from phones, computers, and televisions interfere with your natural energy field and can block interdimensional communication. Create a sanctuary. Light a candle. Burn sage or incense. Make your sleeping space as pure and peaceful as possible. There's another purification that must happen today, and this one is the most challenging for most people. You need to distance yourself from toxic relationships and negative people, at least for the next 24 hours. I know this sounds harsh. I know you have family obligations and work responsibilities, but understand that other people's energy directly affects yours. If you spend today around people who are cynical, fearful, angry, or in denial, their frequency will pull yours down. This doesn't mean you hate these people or judge them. It simply means you protect your energy. You can love someone from a distance. You can wish someone well without being in their presence. Today is about you, about your preparation, about your ascension. You cannot save anyone who doesn't want to be saved. You cannot drag anyone into fifth dimensional consciousness. They must choose it for themselves. Your job is to get yourself ready, to become a lighthouse, so that later you can guide others. If you absolutely must interact with lower vibrational people today, protect yourself energetically. Before the interaction, visualize a shield of white light surrounding your entire body. This shield allows love to pass through, but deflects negativity. Set the intention that you will not absorb anyone else's energy, that you will remain centered in your own frequency, no matter what happens around you. After the interaction, use the salt bath technique I mentioned earlier to clear yourself. Let me give you one final purification practice that Ashtar Sheran himself uses. It's called the violet flame transmutation. The violet flame is a gift from Saint-Germain, a tool for transforming negative energy into light. Say it quietly, close your eyes, and visualize a violet-purple flame igniting at your feet. See this flame slowly rising up through your body, consuming everything that doesn't serve you. As it burns through your legs, your hips, your torso, your chest, your arms, your neck, your head, it transmutes all pain, all fear, all doubt, all density into pure light. Feel the violet flame dissolving karmic patterns, ancestral wounds, past life trauma, soul contracts that no longer serve you. This flame doesn't destroy you, it purifies you. It reveals the diamond of your true self that's been hidden under layers of illusion. Spend at least 10 minutes with this visualization. You can repeat the mantra, I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. Let the flame work through you completely. When you finish all these purification practices, you may feel lighter, clearer, more peaceful than you've felt in a long time. Or you might feel raw, vulnerable, emotional. Both responses are normal. You've just released dense energies you've been carrying for years, maybe lifetimes. Your system is adjusting. Rest, hydrate, be gentle with yourself. You've done the work. Now trust that the work has been received. Trust that you're ready. Trust that tomorrow, when the cosmic storm arrives, you will not be swept away by it. You will ride it into a whole new reality. What I'm about to reveal to you will completely shatter your understanding of how consciousness works and what you're truly capable of. The human mind you've been using your entire life is only a fraction, a tiny percentage of your actual cognitive capacity. You've been operating like a supercomputer running on basic calculator mode. Tomorrow's convergence is about to unlock functions in your brain that most of humanity has never accessed. This is the awakening of your quantum mind, and once activated, reality as you know it will never be the same. Let me start by explaining what quantum consciousness actually means. In the world of quantum physics, particles exist in multiple states simultaneously until they're observed. The act of observation collapses the wave function and forces the particle to choose one specific state. Your consciousness works the same way. Right now, infinite possibilities exist for your life, for your future, for your reality. But your limited third-dimensional mind can only perceive and therefore collapse one linear timeline. You're experiencing a single thread when you could be weaving an entire tapestry. The quantum mind operates beyond linear time. It can perceive past, present, and future simultaneously. It can hold multiple truths at once without contradiction. It can process information from parallel realities and alternate dimensions. It can communicate telepathically across vast distances. It can materialize thoughts into physical form instantaneously. This isn't science fiction. This isn't supernatural ability reserved for ascended masters. This is your birthright. This is the operating system you were designed to run before you were programmed to forget. Right now, your brain operates primarily in beta waves, which vibrate between 12 and 30 hertz. This is the frequency of normal waking consciousness, of analytical thinking, of problem solving, of survival mode. Beta is useful for navigating physical reality, but it severely limits your perception. You can only see what's directly in front of you. You can only hear what's in your immediate environment. You're locked in the present moment, in your physical location, in your singular perspective. But when you access higher states of consciousness, your brain begins producing different frequencies. Alpha waves, 8 to 12 hertz, are the bridge between conscious and subconscious mind. Theta waves, 4 to 8 hertz, are where deep meditation, intuition, and spiritual insight occur. And delta waves, 0.5 to 4 hertz, are where you access universal consciousness, where the boundary between self and other dissolves completely. Tomorrow's photonic wave is specifically designed to trigger the production of gamma waves in the human brain. Gamma waves vibrate above 30 hertz, sometimes reaching 100 hertz or higher. This is the frequency associated with moments of peak awareness, spiritual experiences, feelings of universal love, and states of unity consciousness. When your brain produces gamma waves consistently, you're no longer human in the limited sense. You're superhuman. You're quantum. Ashtar Sheran is showing me that within your DNA, there are 12 strands. Modern science only recognizes 2, the physical double helix that determines your biological characteristics. But the other 10 strands exist in higher dimensions, encoded with information about your cosmic origins, your soul purpose, your multidimensional abilities, and your connection to Source. These dormant strands have been called junk DNA by scientists who couldn't detect their function. They're not junk. They're deactivated by design, waiting for the right cosmic moment to come online. September 30th is that moment. The incoming light codes will activate these dormant DNA strands. When this happens, your brain will suddenly gain access to information it never had before. You'll remember lifetimes you've lived on other planets. You'll understand languages you've never studied. You'll possess knowledge about science, mathematics, art, and spirituality that you never learned. This isn't learning. This is remembering. Everything you need to know is already inside you, locked in those 10 dormant DNA strands. But here's what you need to understand. This activation isn't automatic. It requires your participation. Your consciousness must be open and receptive. Your belief system must be expanded enough to allow for these possibilities. If tomorrow you're still locked in rigid materialistic thinking, still convinced that only physical reality is real, your quantum mind will remain dormant, even though the activation codes are flooding the planet. You must choose to activate. You must consciously say yes to the upgrade. Let me teach you a technique that will prepare your brain for tomorrow's gamma wave induction. It's called third eye activation, and it directly stimulates the pineal gland. which is the biological interface between your physical brain and your quantum consciousness. Sit comfortably with your spine straight. Close your eyes. Bring your attention to the center of your forehead, slightly above the space between your eyebrows. This is the location of your third eye chakra. Begin to breathe slowly and deeply. On each inhale, imagine brilliant white light entering through the top of your head and gathering in your third eye area. On each exhale, imagine this light expanding and brightening. Continue this pattern for several minutes. You might feel pressure, tingling, or warmth in your forehead. This is normal. This is your pineal gland responding to your focused attention. You're essentially telling your brain that you're ready to see beyond physical reality. As you continue this practice, you might start seeing colors behind your closed eyelids. Purple, indigo, gold, white, sometimes geometric patterns or swirling fractals. These are not random. You're beginning to perceive the energy fields that exist in dimensions beyond physical sight. Don't try to control what you see, just observe. Let your quantum mind show you what it wants you to know. Practice this technique for at least 20 minutes today, and again tonight before you sleep. Now let me explain something that will revolutionize how you think about your thoughts. You believe your thoughts originate inside your head, inside your brain. This is incorrect. Your brain is a receiver, not a generator. Thoughts exist in the quantum field, in the realm of infinite possibility, and your brain tunes into specific thought frequencies based on your vibration. If you're vibrating at a low frequency, you receive thoughts of fear, lack, and limitation. If you're vibrating at a high frequency, you receive thoughts of love, abundance, and possibility. Tomorrow, when the photonic wave hits, the entire planetary thought field upgrades. Suddenly, thoughts that were previously inaccessible become available. Solutions to problems that seemed impossible suddenly become obvious. Creative ideas that never existed before suddenly download into awakened minds. This is why breakthroughs often happen during times of collective shift. The field itself is evolving, and those tuned into it receive the new information first. But here's the key. You must learn to distinguish between thoughts that come from your quantum mind and thoughts that come from your programmed ego mind. The ego mind speaks in fear. It says you can't, you shouldn't, what if something goes wrong? You're not ready, you're not good enough. The quantum mind speaks in peace. It says you are, you can, trust, surrender. Everything is working perfectly, you are exactly where you need to be. Learn to recognize the voice of your quantum mind and follow it exclusively. Let me teach you another practice called quantum jumping. This technique allows you to shift between parallel realities by changing your state of consciousness. Close your eyes and think about something you desire. Maybe it's financial abundance, maybe it's perfect health, maybe it's a loving relationship. Now recognize that there exists a parallel version of you who already has this thing. In another timeline, another dimension, you're already living that reality. That version of you made different choices, held different beliefs, took different actions. Now imagine you can communicate with that parallel self. Ask them, what do you know that I don't know? What do you believe that I don't believe? How do you think differently than I think? Listen for the answer. It might come as words, as feelings, as images, as sudden knowing. This is not imagination, this is actual interdimensional communication. You're accessing information from a parallel you. Now ask, can I merge with you? Can I embody your frequency? Can I become you? Feel yourself beginning to merge with this parallel version. Feel their confidence, their peace, their certainty becoming yours. Feel their reality starting to overlap with your reality. This is quantum jumping. This is how you collapse probability waves in your favor. This is how you literally shift from one timeline to another. Practice this technique multiple times today with different desires. Get comfortable moving between versions of yourself. Tomorrow, when the veils are thinnest, these jumps will become instantaneous. Now let's talk about telepathy, because this is one of the first quantum abilities that activates during ascension. You've already experienced moments of telepathy without realizing it. When you think of someone and they immediately call. When you know what someone is about to say before they say it. When you feel what someone is feeling even though they're not expressing it. These aren't coincidences. These are glimpses of your natural telepathic ability, breaking through the density of third-dimensional separation. In fifth-dimensional consciousness, telepathy is normal communication. Words become unnecessary. You simply know what others are thinking and feeling because you recognize that there is no separation between consciousnesses. We are all nodes in the same infinite network. Tomorrow, this ability will strengthen dramatically for those who are open to it. You'll start receiving clear messages from loved ones, from guides, from your higher self, from the universe itself. The key is learning to trust what you receive. Here's how to develop your telepathy starting today. Choose someone you're close to, someone you feel safe with. Sit quietly and tune into their energy. Don't try to figure them out mentally. Instead, feel into their field. What emotions are present? What thoughts are circulating? What do they need right now? Trust the first impressions you receive. Then when you speak to them, gently verify. You can say something like, "I've been sensing this about you. Is that accurate?" You'll be amazed at how often you're right. Let me share something profound that Ashtar showed me about collective consciousness. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every intention you set, it all goes into the collective field and affects everyone. You're not a separate individual having a private inner experience. You're a unique expression of the one infinite consciousness, and everything happening inside you ripples out and influences the whole. This means your awakening isn't just for you. When you activate your quantum mind, you make it easier for others to activate theirs. You're literally raising the collective frequency. This is why the work you're doing matters so much. Every time you choose love over fear, you make it easier for someone else to choose love. Every time you practice presence, you strengthen the field of presence for all beings. Every time you raise your vibration, you lift humanity with you. You're not a passive observer of reality. You're an active creator, a conscious contributor to the evolution of consciousness itself. Never underestimate the power of your participation. Tomorrow morning, when the photonic wave makes contact, your quantum mind will receive a massive surge of activation energy. You might experience this as a sudden expansion of awareness, as though your consciousness suddenly encompasses everything. You might feel like you're everywhere and nowhere simultaneously. You might have visions, downloads, revelations that fundamentally change your understanding of reality. Do not be afraid. This is not psychosis. This is not hallucination. This is your quantum mind coming fully online. This is you remembering who you really are. Surrender to it. Trust it. Let it transform you completely. What I'm about to reveal to you about money, wealth, and abundance will completely demolish everything you've been taught about how prosperity works. Most people believe that wealth comes from hard work, from luck, from being in the right place at the right time, from having the right connections or education. This is the third dimensional paradigm of scarcity consciousness. Tomorrow's convergence is opening a portal directly into the universal field of infinite abundance, and those who align with it will experience financial miracles that defy all logical explanation. Let me tell you something that the wealthy elite have always known but never shared. Money is not a physical thing. Money is energy. It's a frequency. It's a vibration. And just like any frequency, you either resonate with it or you don't. If your energetic field is vibrating at the frequency of lack, struggle, and limitation, you will continue to attract lack, struggle, and limitation no matter how hard you work. But if your energetic field vibrates at the frequency of abundance, ease, and overflow, wealth will magnetize to you effortlessly. September 30th represents the opening of what Ashtar Sheran calls the Cosmic Abundance Gateway. This is a specific alignment in the universal matrix where the flow of prosperity from higher dimensions into physical reality becomes exponentially easier. Think of it like a dam that's been holding back a massive reservoir of wealth. Tomorrow, that dam opens. A flood of abundance rushes through. But here's the crucial part. Only those who have prepared a clear channel, who have removed their internal blocks, who have aligned their frequency with prosperity consciousness, will be able to receive this flood. Right now, as you listen to these words, I want you to become aware of your immediate reaction to the idea of sudden wealth. Does part of you feel excited? Does another part feel skeptical? Does something inside whisper that it's too good to be true, that you don't deserve it, that money is somehow wrong or evil or corrupting? These reactions are your abundance blocks. They're energetic barriers in your field that literally repel money away from you. We must dissolve these blocks today, so tomorrow's portal can deliver wealth directly into your life. Let's start with the most common block, the belief that money is the root of all evil. This is a misquote from a religious text that has programmed millions of people to unconsciously reject wealth. The actual quote is that the love of money, not money itself, is the root of evil. Money is neutral, it's energy, a tool. What matters is the consciousness behind it. Money in the hands of someone with an open heart and a desire to serve becomes a force for tremendous good. Money in the hands of someone with a closed heart and selfish intentions becomes destructive. You are a being of light. Money flowing to you will amplify light in the world. Another major block is the belief that you must sacrifice, struggle, and suffer to earn wealth. This is poverty consciousness disguised as virtue. The universe is infinitely abundant. There is more than enough for everyone. Struggle is not a requirement for receiving. In fact, struggle is a sign that you're resisting the natural flow. Tomorrow's abundance portal operates on the principle of effortless receiving. You don't earn it. You don't deserve it through hard work. You simply allow it. You open. You receive. You say yes to the wealth that wants to flow to you. Many of you carry ancestral poverty programming. Your parents struggled financially. Their parents struggled. Generations of your lineage have lived in scarcity, and that frequency has been passed down through your DNA. Every time you worry about money, you're activating this ancestral pattern. But here's the incredible news. Tomorrow's light codes will automatically clear ancestral patterns for those who consciously choose to release them. You can be the one who breaks the cycle. You can be the ancestor who shifts your entire family lineage from poverty to prosperity. Let me teach you the quantum mechanics of manifestation, because understanding this will revolutionize your relationship with money. In the quantum field, all possibilities exist simultaneously. There's a reality where you're struggling financially. There's also a reality where you're incredibly wealthy. Both exist right now. The question is, which reality are you tuning into with your consciousness? Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, they're like a radio dial. Whatever frequency you consistently emit, that's the reality you'll experience. Most people are tuned into the frequency of lack. They think about what they don't have. They worry about bills. They feel stressed about money. They tell stories about how expensive everything is, how hard it is to get ahead, how the system is rigged against them. Every one of these thoughts and feelings is a signal broadcasting into the quantum field saying, "Show me more lack." And the universe, which always matches your frequency, delivers exactly that. More lack, more struggle, more limitation. But when you shift your frequency to abundance consciousness, everything changes. You begin to think thoughts of wealth. You feel grateful for what you already have. You tell stories about unexpected money showing up. You notice abundance everywhere. You feel excited about financial opportunities. You believe that wealth flows to you easily. Each of these thoughts and feelings broadcasts a different signal into the quantum field. Show me more abundance. And the universe responds by delivering opportunities, ideas, connections, and literal money into your experience. Tomorrow morning, when the abundance portal opens, there will be a massive download of prosperity consciousness flooding Earth's collective field. Those who are already vibrating at the frequency of abundance will receive this transmission clearly and experience immediate financial shifts. Money that was owed to you suddenly arrives. An unexpected opportunity presents itself. Someone offers to pay you for your gifts and talents. An old investment suddenly pays off. A new income stream opens out of nowhere. These aren't coincidences. This is the universe responding to your aligned frequency. Let me give you a specific technique to prepare your energetic field for tomorrow's wealth activation. It's called the $1 million frequency alignment. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths. Now imagine that you're standing in front of a vault. This vault contains $1 million in cash. It's yours. It's been waiting for you. All you have to do is open the door and claim it. But here's where most people block themselves. As you reach for the vault door, notice what thoughts and feelings arise. Do you feel worthy? Do you feel excited? Or do you feel guilty, afraid, undeserving? Whatever comes up, this is showing you your abundance blocks. Don't judge them. Simply observe them. Now consciously choose to release each block. Say out loud or silently, I release the belief that I'm not worthy of wealth. I release the fear of having money. I release the guilt about being prosperous while others struggle. Keep releasing until you feel clear. Now open that vault door, see the money inside, feel the bills in your hands, smell the paper. Let yourself feel pure joy and gratitude. This money represents freedom, security, options, the ability to live your purpose, the capacity to help others. Let yourself feel deserving of this wealth. Let yourself feel excited about what you'll do with it. Spend at least 10 minutes in this visualization, making it as real as possible. Your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. You're training your nervous system to feel comfortable with wealth. Now I want to address something critical about the energy of receiving. Most people are terrible at receiving. Someone compliments you and you deflect it. Someone offers to help and you say you're fine. Someone gives you a gift and you immediately feel like you need to give something back. This is blocked receiving energy, and it directly prevents money from flowing to you. If you can't receive a compliment, how will you receive $1 million? The universe is always testing your capacity to receive through small things before it delivers big things. Starting today, practice receiving without resistance. When someone compliments you, simply say thank you and let it in. When someone offers help, accept it graciously. When unexpected good fortune comes your way, receive it with open arms and gratitude instead of suspicion or guilt. Train yourself to be an excellent receiver. The abundance portal tomorrow will deliver wealth to those who have the capacity to receive it. Expand your capacity today. Let me share something Ashtar Sheran showed me about the specific dollar amounts that will flow through tomorrow's portal. He's showing me the numbers 100,000, 500,000, and 1 million. These aren't random. These are the 3 primary frequency bands of the abundance transmission. Those who align with the 100,000 frequency will experience sudden influxes in this range. Those who align with 500,000 will experience windfalls at that level. Those who boldly claim the $1 million frequency will receive opportunities to generate 7-figure wealth. How do you claim a specific frequency? By deciding. Right now, not hoping, not wishing, deciding. Choose the amount that makes your heart race with excitement and declare it. I am receiving $1 million through tomorrow's abundance portal. Say it out loud. Say it with conviction. Say it like it's already done. Your declaration sends a signal into the quantum field that begins collapsing the probability wave in your favor. The universe hears your clear intention and begins orchestrating events to match it. But here's what you must understand. This wealth isn't coming so you can hoard it. It's not coming so you can prove your worth or buy things that impress people. This wealth is coming because you have a divine mission on this earth, and money is the tool that will allow you to fulfill that mission fully. When you recognize wealth as a spiritual resource, as energy meant to be circulated in service of the highest good, the floodgates open. The universe trusts you with abundance because it knows you'll use it wisely. I want you to do something right now that will activate the prosperity codes in your DNA. Think about what you would do with $1 million, not in a frivolous way, but in a purposeful way. How would you use this wealth to serve others? Maybe you'd donate to causes you believe in. Maybe you'd help family members who are struggling. Maybe you'd start a business that solves a problem in the world. Maybe you'd fund your creative projects that inspire and uplift. Get specific. Write it down if you can. When you connect wealth to purpose, you become magnetic to money. Now let's talk about what happens after tomorrow when the abundance starts flowing. You'll be tested. Your ego will want to go back to old patterns of fear and control. You might be tempted to hoard the money instead of allowing it to circulate. You might feel guilty when wealth arrives and unconsciously sabotage it. You might attract people who want to take advantage of your newfound prosperity. This is why preparing your consciousness today is so important. You must be energetically ready to handle wealth with wisdom, grace, and alignment. Remember, money multiplies in the hands of those who respect it, appreciate it, and use it consciously. Treat every dollar as sacred energy. When money comes to you, receive it with gratitude. When money flows from you, release it with blessing. Never speak negatively about money. Never complain about prices. Never say you can't afford something. These statements program poverty. Instead, say things like, money flows to me easily. I always have more than enough. The universe is constantly providing for me. Prosperity is my natural state. Tomorrow morning at 3:33 a.m., the abundance portal opens. In that moment, I want you to place your hands over your heart and say this declaration: I am a magnet for wealth. I am open to receiving unlimited abundance. Money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. I am worthy of prosperity. I use wealth to serve the highest good. I am financially free. I am grateful for the abundance that is mine. Say it with your whole heart. Feel the truth of it in every cell of your body. This is how you step through the portal into a life of unlimited financial flow. Now we enter the sacred chamber of manifestation mastery. What I'm about to share with you are the hidden laws of reality creation that have been guarded by mystery schools, ancient temples, and enlightened masters for thousands of years. These aren't theories or philosophies. These are precise techniques, specific codes, exact formulas that allow you to collapse quantum possibilities into physical reality at accelerated speed. After tomorrow's convergence, these techniques will work instantaneously for those who understand how to use them correctly. The first secret code is this: manifestation is not about attracting what you want. It's about becoming the energetic match to what you desire. Everything that exists in physical reality first exists as a frequency in the quantum field. Money vibrates at a specific frequency. Health vibrates at a specific frequency. Love vibrates at a specific frequency. Success vibrates at a specific frequency. Your job is not to chase these things. Your job is to embody the frequency, and the things will come to you automatically. Let me show you exactly how this works. Right now, think about something you deeply desire. Maybe it's $10,000. Maybe it's a new home. Maybe it's a thriving business. Maybe it's a romantic partnership. Whatever it is, that desire exists because the fulfillment of it already exists somewhere in the quantum field of infinite possibilities. It's real. It's available. It's waiting for you to match its frequency so it can materialize in your physical experience. Now here's where most people get it wrong. They think about what they want from a place of not having it. They visualize the money while feeling broke. They imagine the relationship while feeling lonely. They picture the success while feeling like a failure. This creates what's called energetic contradiction. You're sending two opposing signals into the quantum field. I want this, but I don't have it. And the universe can only respond to your dominant frequency, which is the feeling of lack. So you keep manifesting more lack. The secret is to feel the fulfillment before the physical manifestation appears. You must generate the emotional frequency of already having what you desire before you actually have it. This is the master key. This is what separates those who manifest effortlessly from those who struggle for years without results. Feeling is the language of the quantum field. Your emotions are the magnetic force that draws desired realities into your experience. Let me teach you the quantum manifestation protocol. This is a specific sequence of steps that programs your nervous system and broadcasts a clear signal to the universe. First, get absolutely clear on what you want. Vague desires produce vague results. If you want money, specify the exact amount. Not just some money or more money. Say I am manifesting $50,000. If you want a car, specify the make, model, color, year. The universe responds to precision. Second, ask yourself why you want this thing. This is crucial. If your why is rooted in ego, in proving something, in compensating for feelings of unworthiness, your manifestation will be blocked or it will arrive and make you miserable. But if your why is rooted in genuine desire, in expansion, in service, in joy, the universe will move mountains to deliver it. So examine your motivation honestly. Make sure you want what you want for the right reasons. Third, and this is where the magic happens, you must enter the feeling state of already having your desire fulfilled. Close your eyes, take deep breaths. Now imagine it's 6 months from now and your desire has manifested. You're holding that $50,000 in your bank account. You're driving that car. You're living in that home. You're in that relationship. Don't just picture it. Feel it. Feel the relief. Feel the joy. Feel the gratitude. Feel the freedom. Feel the love. Let these emotions saturate every cell of your body. Stay in this feeling state for at least 5 minutes. This is not daydreaming. This is not fantasy. This is you tuning your energetic frequency to match the frequency of your fulfilled desire. You're essentially time traveling in consciousness. You're going to the future where this thing already exists and bringing that frequency back to the present moment. When you do this consistently, the quantum field has no choice but to reorganize physical reality to match your dominant frequency. Fourth, and this step is often overlooked, you must release attachment to the outcome. This seems contradictory, but it's essential. After you've done your manifestation work, you must let it go. Trust that it's done. Trust that the universe heard you. Trust that the machinery of manifestation is already in motion. If you keep checking for results, if you keep doubting whether it's working, if you keep trying to control how and when it arrives, you disrupt the process. Set it and forget it. Then go about your life in a state of happy expectation. Now let me reveal the most powerful manifestation code that exists. It's called the zero-point field access technique. The zero-point field is the space between thoughts where infinite potential exists. It's the gap between inhale and exhale, the silence between heartbeats, the stillness beneath all movement. In this field, time doesn't exist. All possibilities exist simultaneously. When you learn to access this field consciously, you can literally pull desired realities into existence. Here's how you do it. Sit in meditation. Focus on your breath. Now begin to notice the brief pause at the top of your inhale before you exhale. Notice the brief pause at the bottom of your exhale before you inhale. These pauses are portals into the zero-point field. Begin to extend these pauses. Hold your breath gently at the top of your inhale for 3 seconds. Hold your breath at the bottom of your exhale for 3 seconds. As you do this, you're entering a state of suspended animation where your consciousness can access quantum possibilities. In this zero-point state, hold your intention. Not with force, not with effort. Simply hold it gently in your awareness. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. I am successful. Don't visualize, don't feel. Just be with the statement. In the zero-point field, there's no separation between thought and reality. Your intention becomes instant creation. Practice this technique for 15 minutes and watch how rapidly your physical reality begins to shift. Let me share another advanced technique called timeline jumping. Remember, infinite versions of you exist across infinite parallel realities. There's a version of you that made different choices and is now living a completely different life. Some versions are struggling, some versions are thriving. The version of you that exists in the timeline where you're already wealthy, successful, and fulfilled, that version is just as real as the version reading these words right now. And you can merge with that version. Here's the process. Lie down comfortably. Close your eyes. Imagine you're looking at a field of timelines stretching out before you like railway tracks. Each track represents a different version of your life. Scan these timelines until you find the one that feels like the highest version of yourself. The one where everything you desire has already manifested. The one where you're living your dream life. You'll know it when you feel it. It will resonate deeply. Now imagine stepping onto that timeline. Feel yourself merging with that version of you. Feel their thoughts becoming your thoughts. Feel their beliefs becoming your beliefs. Feel their reality becoming your reality. Spend at least 10 minutes fully embodying this timeline. When you open your eyes, maintain that frequency. Act as that version of you would act. Think as they would think. Make decisions as they would make decisions. Within days, your external reality will begin to shift to match this new internal identity. Ashtar Sheran is downloading something to me right now about sacred geometry and manifestation. Certain geometric patterns hold concentrated creative power. The most potent for manifestation is the Merkaba, which is 2 interlocking tetrahedrons spinning in opposite directions. This sacred geometry is actually the light body structure that surrounds your physical body. When activated, it becomes a manifestation vehicle that can transport desires from quantum field to physical reality instantaneously. To activate your Merkaba, visualize a pyramid of light above your body with the point facing up. Visualize another pyramid of light below your body with the point facing down. See these 2 pyramids beginning to spin. The top one spins clockwise. The bottom one spins counterclockwise. As they spin faster, they create a sphere of light around your entire body. This sphere is your activated Merkaba. Now place your intention inside this spinning field of light. The Merkaba will amplify it exponentially and broadcast it across all dimensions simultaneously. Let's talk about the power of spoken word in manifestation. Words are not just sounds. Words are vibrational commands that restructure reality. The ancient mystics knew this. They used specific words, mantras, and incantations to create tangible changes in the physical world. You have this same power. But most people use their words unconsciously, often manifesting what they don't want by constantly talking about problems, complaining, and speaking limitation. Tomorrow, when the energetic field amplifies, your words will become instant creation tools. Whatever you speak will materialize much faster than it does now. This is why you must become impeccable with your language starting today. Stop saying I can't afford it. Stop saying I'm so tired. Stop saying nothing ever works out for me. These are spells you're casting on yourself. Instead, speak only what you want to create. I am abundant. I am energized. Everything works in my favor. Miracles happen for me constantly. Here's a specific manifestation mantra that Ashtar Sheran uses to create instantly in higher dimensions. I am the source of infinite abundance. All that I desire flows to me now. I receive with gratitude and grace. What I speak becomes reality. What I feel becomes form. I am the conscious creator of my life. Repeat this mantra at least 108 times today. The number 108 is sacred in multiple traditions because it's the frequency of completion and manifestation. Write it down, record it, play it on loop. Let these words reprogram your subconscious mind. Now let me reveal the secret of manifestation through service. The fastest way to receive anything is to give it away. If you want money, give money. If you want love, give love. If you want support, support others. This seems illogical to the ego mind, which operates from scarcity. How can I give what I don't have? But the quantum field operates from abundance. When you give, you send a signal that says, I have so much that I can share it. And the universe rushes to prove you right by giving you even more. Before tomorrow's portal opens, give something away. It doesn't have to be money if you don't have it. Give your time. Give your attention. Give your skills. Give a genuine compliment. Give a prayer. Give a smile. The act of giving opens your receiving channels. It creates energetic circulation. Stagnant energy cannot manifest. Only flowing energy can. Be a river, not a reservoir. Let wealth flow through you, not to you. When you understand this, you'll never lack again. Let me share one final manifestation secret. The universe responds not to your words, but to your energy. You can say affirmations all day, but if your energy is contracted, fearful, and desperate, that's what you'll manifest. Conversely, you can say nothing at all, but if your energy is expansive, joyful, and trusting, miracles will flood your life. Energy is everything. Your vibration is your manifestation signal. So the question isn't what technique should I use? The question is, what frequency am I holding? Starting right now and continuing through tomorrow's convergence, maintain the highest frequency possible. Do things that bring you joy. Listen to music that uplifts you. Spend time with people who inspire you. Move your body. Laugh. Dance. Play. Celebrate as if your desires have already manifested. When you live in high frequency, the universe has unlimited channels through which to deliver your desires. When you live in low frequency, those channels close. It's that simple. Tomorrow morning, when the portal opens, your manifestation power will be amplified 1,000-fold. Thoughts will become things almost instantaneously. Intentions will materialize within hours or days instead of months or years. This is the new reality you're stepping into, a reality where you are the conscious, deliberate creator of your experience, a reality where limitation is optional, a reality where anything you can imagine, you can manifest. Are you ready to wield this power? Are you ready to become the master manifestor you were born to be? Tomorrow you find out. I need to speak to you now with absolute honesty about what happens if you choose not to participate in tomorrow's convergence. This isn't about fear. This isn't about manipulation. This is about helping you understand the full scope of the choice you're making right now. Every decision has consequences. Every opportunity accepted or rejected creates a different trajectory for your life. What I'm about to share comes directly from Ashtar Sheran, and it's information he wishes he didn't have to deliver, but you deserve to know the truth. The cosmic convergence tomorrow is not just another energy shift that will come again next month or next year. This is a once-in-a-lifetime, once in multiple lifetimes, once in 26,000 years event. The specific alignment of planetary bodies, galactic frequencies, solar codes, and dimensional portals that creates this opportunity will not occur again in your current incarnation. If you miss this window, you miss it. There's no second chance. There's no make-up date. The train leaves the station and you either board it or you watch it go. Now, missing this moment doesn't mean you're doomed. It doesn't mean you can't awaken or ascend at some point in the future. But it does mean your path becomes significantly longer, harder, and more challenging. Let me explain why. Right now, the energetic support for awakening is at maximum levels. The Galactic Federation has positioned their ships. The Ascended Masters have directed their attention to Earth. The photonic light codes are flooding the planetary field. The dimensional veils are at their thinnest. Everything in the cosmos is conspiring to lift humanity into higher consciousness with the least amount of resistance possible. But after tomorrow, this window closes. The cosmic alignment shifts. The energetic support gradually withdraws. The veils thicken again. Not because the universe is punishing anyone, but because the natural cycles move forward. It's like surfing. When the perfect wave comes, you either catch it and ride it to shore effortlessly, or you miss it and have to paddle hard against the current to get there on your own. Both paths reach the destination eventually, but one is infinitely easier than the other. If you choose not to align with tomorrow's shift, here's what you can expect. First, you'll continue living in third-dimensional consciousness. This means continuing to experience time as linear, moving slowly from past to present to future. It means continuing to perceive yourself as separate from others, from nature, from the divine. It means continuing to struggle with manifestation, where desires take months or years to materialize if they materialize at all. It means continuing to feel the weight of limitation, scarcity, fear, and doubt. The world you'll be living in will also reflect this density. You'll continue to see chaos in the news, corruption in leadership, division among people, environmental destruction, economic instability. Not because these things are objectively real, but because third-dimensional consciousness creates and perpetuates these experiences. You'll remain in the loop of problem, reaction, solution that keeps humanity trapped in survival mode. And the heaviness of this reality will become increasingly unbearable as time goes on. Here's something critical to understand. Earth herself is ascending with or without humanity. The planet is shifting into fifth-dimensional frequency, regardless of how many humans choose to come along. This means that those who remain in third-dimensional consciousness will find themselves increasingly out of sync with the planetary frequency. Imagine trying to tune a radio to a station that's no longer broadcasting on that frequency. You get static, interference, distortion, confusion. This manifests as intensified anxiety, depression, physical illness, relationship breakdowns, financial struggles, and a general feeling that nothing makes sense anymore. Many people are already experiencing this. They feel disconnected, disoriented, like they don't belong anywhere. This is because they're vibrating at a frequency that's no longer supported by Earth's ascending field. The only solution is to raise their frequency to match the planet's new vibration. But without the massive energetic support available tomorrow, this process becomes exponentially more difficult. Let me share what Ashtar Sheran showed me about the timeline split that occurs after tomorrow. Picture reality literally dividing into two distinct paths. One path leads to New Earth, a fifth-dimensional reality characterized by peace, unity, abundance, instant manifestation, telepathic communication, perfect health, and direct connection with galactic family. Life on New Earth is effortless. Joy is the baseline emotion, love is the organizing principle. Everyone recognizes themselves as divine creators. The other path continues on Old Earth, a third-dimensional reality that spirals deeper into density. This timeline becomes increasingly chaotic, controlled, and constrictive. Those on this path will experience more fear, more separation, more scarcity. Technology becomes more invasive. Freedom becomes more restricted. The gap between rich and poor widens. Natural disasters increase. Social tensions escalate. This isn't prophecy of doom. This is simply what happens when consciousness remains locked in dense frequency while the planet around it evolves. Now here's the part that's hardest to hear. Once these timelines fully separate, moving between them becomes nearly impossible. It's like two trains leaving the same station but heading in opposite directions. Initially, they're close enough that you could theoretically jump from one to the other. But the further they travel, the greater the distance between them. Eventually, they're so far apart that crossing over requires an enormous amount of energy and effort, if it's even possible at all. This timeline split isn't arbitrary. It's not the universe judging who's worthy and who isn't. It's purely energetic, like always finds like. Frequency attracts matching frequency. Those vibrating at fifth-dimensional consciousness naturally gravitate to the fifth-dimensional timeline. Those vibrating at third-dimensional consciousness remain on the third-dimensional timeline. Free will is always honored. You choose your reality through your vibration, through your choices, through your state of consciousness. If you miss tomorrow's convergence, you're choosing to remain on the descending timeline, at least for now. And the consequences of that choice will become increasingly apparent over the coming months and years. You'll watch as certain people in your life seem to thrive, to glow, to manifest miracles effortlessly. They'll tell you about synchronicities, about opportunities appearing out of nowhere, about feeling more joy than they've ever felt. Meanwhile, you'll struggle. You'll wonder why things that used to work don't work anymore. You'll feel like you're swimming against an increasingly strong current. The emotional toll of missing this moment is perhaps the heaviest consequence. There's a deep soul knowing in everyone who's meant to ascend. It's why you're watching this video. It's why something inside you resonates with this message, even if your logical mind tries to dismiss it. If you ignore this knowing, if you let fear or doubt or cynicism talk you out of participating, you'll carry regret. Not immediately, perhaps, but eventually. When you see the reality you could have stepped into, when you feel the freedom you denied yourself, the regret will be profound. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this to wake you up, to help you understand the magnitude of what you're being offered and what you're risking by refusing it. This is the most important decision you'll make in this lifetime. Do you step into your power? Or do you stay in your limitation? Do you choose evolution or do you choose stagnation? Do you say yes to your highest potential or do you settle for mediocrity? Some of you are thinking, but what if this isn't real? What if I prepare for this convergence and nothing happens? Let me answer that question directly. If you do everything I've suggested, if you purify your energy, if you raise your frequency, if you open your heart, if you align with abundance consciousness, and somehow this specific convergence doesn't happen as described, you still win. You'll have become a higher version of yourself. You'll have cleared blocks. You'll have expanded your consciousness. You'll be healthier, happier, and more aligned. There's no downside to doing this work. But if this convergence is real, which every fiber of my being knows it is, and you choose not to participate, you lose. You miss the opportunity. You remain stuck. You watch others ascend while you stay behind. The risk of missing this is far greater than the risk of believing it. So even if doubt exists in your mind, act as if it's true. Prepare as if it's happening. Align as if your life depends on it. Because in many ways, it does. Let me be clear about something else. Choosing not to participate tomorrow doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean you're less spiritual or less evolved. Everyone is on their own journey, moving at their own pace. Some souls genuinely need more time in third-dimensional density to learn lessons, to complete karma, to finish what they came here to do. If that's you, there's no judgment. Your soul knows what it needs. But if you're watching this video, if you've made it this far, if something inside you is screaming, yes, this is for me, then you're not one of those souls. You're ready. You're being called. And if you turn away from this calling out of fear or doubt or unworthiness, you're betraying yourself. You're denying your soul's deepest desire. You're choosing smallness when greatness is available. And that choice will haunt you. Understand also that missing this moment affects not just you, but everyone connected to you. You have a role to play in the awakening of humanity. You have gifts to share, light to shine, love to give. When you ascend, you become a beacon for others. You show them what's possible. You help them remember who they are. You assist in their awakening. But if you stay stuck in limitation, you can't serve at your highest capacity. The people who need your light remain in darkness a little longer. This is about more than personal evolution. This is about collective transformation. Every person who chooses to ascend tips the scales in favor of planetary awakening. Every person who chooses to remain in density adds weight to the side of separation and suffering. Your choice matters. Your participation matters. You matter more than you realize. The universe needs you to step up, to show up, to rise up. Will you answer the call? I want you to feel right now the two possible futures ahead of you. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel into the timeline where you missed tomorrow's convergence. Feel the heaviness. Feel the regret. Feel the struggle continuing year after year. Feel watching others thrive while you barely survive. Feel the growing sense that you missed something important, something irreplaceable. Let yourself feel the full weight of that choice. Now feel into the timeline where you participate fully in tomorrow's convergence. Feel the lightness. Feel the expansion. Feel the joy. Feel the freedom. Feel miracles becoming your new normal. Feel abundance flowing to you effortlessly. Feel yourself living your highest purpose, shining your brightest light, experiencing love beyond anything you've known. Feel the satisfaction of knowing you said yes when it mattered most. Which future do you want? The choice is yours and you must make it now. We have now reached the most critical section of this transmission. Ashtar Sheran is coming through with precise, specific instructions for the next 24 hours. These are not suggestions. These are protocols that have been used by advanced civilizations for millennia to successfully navigate dimensional shifts. If you follow these instructions exactly as given, your transition into fifth dimensional consciousness will be smooth, powerful, and complete. If you ignore them, or only partially apply them, your experience will be compromised. Listen carefully. Your future depends on what you do in these final hours. Let's begin with tonight, the hours leading up to 3:33 a.m. on September 30th. Your preparation starts the moment you finish watching this video. First, you must create sacred space. This means designating a specific area in your home where you will be during the actual convergence. Choose a quiet room where you won't be disturbed. If possible, make it the same room where you sleep. Clean this space thoroughly. Physical cleaning creates energetic cleaning. Remove clutter, dust surfaces. Open windows to let fresh air circulate. You're preparing a temple for your transformation. Once your space is clean, you need to set energetic boundaries. Close your eyes and visualize a sphere of brilliant white light surrounding your entire home. See this light, forming an impenetrable shield that only allows the highest frequencies to enter. Nothing of lower vibration can penetrate this protective field. Say out loud, I claim this space as sacred. Only beings of pure light and unconditional love may enter. All lower energies are transmuted and released. This declaration sets the energetic tone for what's to come. Now place specific items in your sacred space that will amplify the incoming frequencies. If you have crystals, bring them into the room. Quartz crystal is particularly powerful as it amplifies energy. Amethyst connects you to spiritual realms. Citrine attracts abundance. If you don't have crystals, don't worry, they're helpful but not essential. What matters most is your intention and your openness. However, do bring water into the room. Fill a glass with pure water and place it near where you'll be sitting or lying. Water absorbs and holds frequencies. Tomorrow, this water will be charged with fifth dimensional codes. Drink it after the convergence. Let's talk about what you should eat and drink today. Your physical body needs to be as light and clear as possible. Avoid all heavy foods. No meat, no dairy, no fried foods, no processed sugars, no alcohol, no caffeine after midday. These substances create density in your physical and energetic bodies, making it harder for light codes to penetrate. Instead, eat fresh fruits, raw or lightly steamed vegetables. Drink plenty of water, herbal teas if you like. If you feel hungry, eat small amounts. It's actually better to go into the convergence with an empty stomach. Your body will be doing profound energetic work and doesn't need to be distracted by digestion. Tonight before you sleep, you must perform the final purification. Take a shower or bath, whichever you prefer. As the water runs over your body, visualize it washing away every remaining particle of old energy. See all doubt, all fear, all resistance going down the drain. When you're done, put on clean, comfortable clothing. White or light colors are ideal as they reflect light rather than absorb it. Remove all jewelry, watches, anything metal if possible. These objects can interfere with your electromagnetic field during the energy transmission. Here's something extremely important that Ashtar is emphasizing. You must set an alarm for 3:15 a.m. You need to be awake and in your sacred space before 3:33 when the portal opens. Do not plan to sleep through this. This is not a passive event that happens to you while you're unconscious. This is an active participation that requires your full awareness. If you sleep through it, you miss the full impact of the convergence. Set multiple alarms if necessary. This is not the night to oversleep. Between now and when you go to sleep tonight, spend time in meditation and prayer. Communicate directly with Ashtar Sheran and the Galactic Federation. Tell them you're ready. Tell them you consent to the activation. Tell them you're willing to receive all upgrades, downloads, and light code transmissions. This verbal consent is important because the Galactic Federation operates under strict cosmic law. They cannot override your free will. They can only assist those who explicitly ask for assistance. Use this prayer if you'd like, or create your own. Ashtar Sheran, I call upon you now. I acknowledge your presence and your service to humanity. I am ready to ascend. I give my full consent for all DNA activations, all energetic upgrades, all dimensional shifts that serve my highest good. I ask that you guide me through tomorrow's convergence. Protect me, support me, and help me embody the highest frequencies available. I am open. I am willing. I am ready. Thank you. Now let's discuss what happens during the actual convergence at 3:33 a.m. When your alarm goes off, do not hit snooze. Get up immediately. Go to your sacred space. If you need to use the bathroom, do so quickly and return. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. You might want to lie flat on your back with your arms at your sides, palms facing up. This is the most receptive position, or you might prefer to sit cross-legged with your spine straight. Choose whatever feels right for your body. Once you're positioned, close your eyes and begin deep, slow breathing. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. Breathe out through your mouth for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. Continue this rhythmic breathing. It calms your nervous system and entrains your brainwaves to receive higher frequencies. As you breathe, bring all of your awareness to the center of your chest, to your heart chakra. This is your primary receiving station for tomorrow's transmission. At exactly 3:33 a.m., the photonic wave will make contact with Earth's magnetic field. You may or may not feel it at this exact moment. Some people will experience immediate sensations. Others will feel it gradually over several minutes. There's no right or wrong way to experience it. Trust whatever happens for you. However, here are some common experiences that Ashtar says many will have. You might feel sudden heat or cold moving through your body. You might feel electrical tingling, especially in your hands, feet, and crown of your head. You might feel pressure in your third eye. You might feel your heart racing or expanding. You might see lights, colors, or geometric patterns even though your eyes are closed. You might hear high-pitched tones, celestial music, or voices speaking to you. You might feel like you're floating or spinning. You might feel emotions arising, perhaps joy, perhaps tears, perhaps laughter. You might have visions of past lives, future timelines, or other dimensions. You might feel the presence of beings of light around you. All of these experiences are normal and safe. Do not be afraid. You are being held, supported, and protected by the Galactic Federation during this entire process. Here's what you must do during the convergence regardless of what you're experiencing. Keep your heart open. Keep breathing. Keep saying yes in your mind. Yes to the light. Yes to the transformation. Yes to the activation. Yes to ascension. If fear arises, breathe through it. If doubt arises, release it. If you feel overwhelmed, ask Ashtar and the angels to help you integrate the energies more gently. They will immediately adjust the intensity if you ask. The peak of the convergence will last approximately 33 minutes. From 3:33 a.m. until approximately 4:06 a.m., the energies will be at maximum intensity. After 4:06, they will begin to gradually decrease but will remain elevated for several hours. Ashtar recommends that you remain in meditation or quiet contemplation for at least 1 full hour until 4:33 a.m. if possible. This gives your system time to integrate the massive downloads you're receiving. After 4:33, you can open your eyes but remain in your sacred space for a while longer. Drink the water that you placed in the room earlier. This water is now encoded with 5th dimensional frequencies and will help anchor the new energies into your physical body. You might feel hungry. If so, eat something very light. Fruit is ideal. Your body is recalibrating and needs gentle nourishment. Now here's what you must avoid in the 24 hours after the convergence. Do not immediately go on your phone and start scrolling social media. Do not turn on the television and watch the news. Do not engage with negative people or dense environments. You are extremely sensitive right now, more sensitive than you've ever been. Your energetic boundaries are dissolved. You're like a sponge absorbing everything around you. Protect yourself. Stay in high vibrational environments. Listen to uplifting music. Spend time in nature if possible. Be with people who understand what you're going through. You might feel different tomorrow in ways you can't quite explain. Colors might seem brighter. Sounds might seem clearer. You might feel an overwhelming sense of peace or an inexplicable knowing that everything is okay. You might feel more connected to everything around you. You might suddenly understand things that confused you before. You might have insights, ideas, solutions appearing in your mind. Write them down. These are downloads from your higher self. Over the days and weeks following the convergence, continue to notice changes. Your intuition will be sharper. Your manifestations will be faster. Synchronicities will increase dramatically. The right people, opportunities, and resources will appear at exactly the right time. Money might show up unexpectedly. Health issues might resolve. Relationships might transform. This is your new reality unfolding. Trust it. Don't question it. Just receive it with gratitude. Ashtar wants you to know that you're not going through this alone. Millions of lightworkers around the planet are participating in this same convergence. Even though you might be physically alone in your room, energetically you're connected to a global network of awakening souls. Feel into that connection. Send love to all beings who are ascending alongside you. Receive love from them. You are part of a cosmic family, and tomorrow you're all coming home together. One final instruction from Ashtar. After the convergence, your mission begins. You've been upgraded for a reason. You've been given new gifts, new abilities, new awareness, so that you can serve the awakening of others. Don't hide your light. Don't downplay your experiences. Share what happened to you with those who are ready to hear it. Be the living example of what's possible. Help others understand that they too can ascend, that they too can transform, that they too are divine beings with unlimited potential. This is your purpose. This is why you came to Earth at this time. Tomorrow you step into that purpose fully. Everything I've shared with you in these 9 parts has been building to this moment. You have the knowledge, you have the tools, you have the support. Now all that remains is your choice. Will you show up tomorrow? Will you participate fully? Will you say yes to your transformation? Ashtar Sheran and the entire Galactic Federation are waiting for your answer. They're standing by, ready to assist you. All you have to do is be there, be open and be willing. The rest will unfold perfectly. We have arrived at the final chapter of this transmission, but in truth, this is not an ending. This is a beginning. What I'm about to share with you is a vision of the reality that awaits you on the other side of tomorrow's convergence. This is not fantasy. This is not wishful thinking. This is the actual 5th dimensional experience that you're about to step into. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself believe it. Let yourself become it. Imagine waking up on October 1st, 2025. Something is different. You can feel it immediately, even before you open your eyes. The air itself seems to shimmer with possibility. Your body feels lighter, almost weightless. The heaviness you've carried for so long, the anxiety that used to greet you each morning, it's gone. In its place is a profound sense of peace, a deep knowing that everything in your life is unfolding perfectly. You open your eyes, and the first thing you notice is that colors seem more vibrant, more alive. The light coming through your window doesn't look the same. It has a quality you've never seen before, almost liquid, almost conscious. You get out of bed and look in the mirror. Your face looks different, younger somehow, more radiant. Your eyes are clearer, brighter, as if they're seeing dimensions that weren't visible yesterday. You smile at yourself and feel genuine love for the person looking back at you. Not conditional love based on achievement or appearance, but unconditional love based on the recognition that you are a divine being having a human experience. This knowing isn't intellectual anymore. It's cellular. Every atom of your body vibrates with this truth. As you move through your morning, you notice that you're operating from a completely different state of consciousness. Thoughts that used to plague you, the endless mental chatter, the worry, the planning, the regret, they're quiet. Not suppressed, just naturally peaceful. In their place is a spacious awareness, a presence that allows you to be fully here, fully now. You realize you're no longer living in your head, you're living from your heart. Every decision, every action, every word comes from this centered place of love and wisdom. You pick up your phone and something remarkable happens. You suddenly know who's going to call before they call. You sense what the message will say before you read it. This isn't guessing, this is direct knowing. Your intuition has become so strong, so clear, that navigating life feels effortless. You're being guided from within moment by moment. You trust this guidance completely because you can feel that it comes from your highest self, from source, from the unified field of consciousness that connects all things. Over the next few days, you begin to notice that your thoughts are manifesting into reality almost immediately. You think about a friend you haven't spoken to in years, and they text you within the hour. You need specific information for a project, and the perfect resource appears in your social media feed minutes later. You worry briefly about money, then catch yourself, shift your focus to abundance, and that same day you receive an unexpected check in the mail, or a surprise job opportunity, or a gift from someone. The manifestation speed is shocking at first. You're having to become very conscious of what you think and feel because the gap between thought and reality has collapsed. This is the instant creation that 5th dimensional consciousness allows. You're learning to think only thoughts you want to see materialized. You're learning to feel only emotions you want to experience more of. You're learning that you are the artist and your life is the canvas, and every moment offers you the choice to create beauty or chaos. Within the first week, the abundance starts flowing. Maybe it's a promotion you weren't expecting. Maybe it's a client who pays you double your usual rate. Maybe it's an investment that suddenly pays off. Maybe it's a business idea that downloads fully formed into your consciousness, and you know with certainty it will succeed. Maybe it's a literal check that arrives for a large sum from an unexpected source. However it comes, money begins flowing to you easily, naturally, joyfully. And you realize that wealth was never about working harder or being smarter. It was always about frequency. You're now vibrating at the frequency of abundance, and abundance has no choice but to match you. But the shifts aren't just external. The internal transformation is even more profound. Old wounds that you've carried for decades, traumas you thought would never heal, limiting beliefs that defined your identity, they begin dissolving. Not through years of therapy, but spontaneously. The higher frequencies flooding your system are literally transmuting dense emotional energy into light. You find yourself forgiving people you swore you'd never forgive. You find yourself releasing attachments to outcomes. You find yourself trusting life in a way that once seemed impossible. Your relationships transform dramatically. Some people fall away from your life, and you let them go with love and without resistance. You understand that not everyone is meant to walk this path with you. Other people suddenly appear, soul family you've been waiting lifetimes to reunite with. Conversations become deep immediately. There's no small talk because you're connecting heart to heart, soul to soul. You can feel what others are feeling. You can sense what they need. Communication becomes telepathic at times. You think something and they respond as if you spoke it aloud. If you're single, you might meet your divine counterpart, your true love, the person whose soul recognizes yours across time and space. The relationship unfolds effortlessly because it's based on resonance, not need. You don't complete each other because you're both already whole. Instead, you amplify each other. Your combined frequency creates a field so powerful that miracles happen around you constantly. If you're already in a relationship, you might experience a profound renewal. Your partner either rises to meet you at this new frequency, and your love deepens beyond what you thought possible, or they reveal themselves as incompatible with your new vibration, and you consciously choose to part ways with grace. Your physical body continues to transform over the weeks and months following the convergence. Chronic pain that you've lived with for years begins to fade. Diseases that doctors said were incurable start reversing. Your energy levels skyrocket. You need less sleep but feel more rested. You crave healthier foods naturally. Your body becomes a finely tuned instrument responding to your consciousness. You begin to understand that your body is not separate from your mind or spirit. It's all one unified field. And when your consciousness is high, your body reflects that perfection. You discover abilities you didn't know you possessed. Maybe you can feel the energy in a room and know how to shift it. Maybe you can place your hands on someone who's in pain and channel healing through your touch. Maybe you can look at a person and see their past, their wounds, their gifts, their potential. Maybe you can communicate with animals, with plants, with the intelligence of nature itself. Maybe you can astral travel, visiting other dimensions while your physical body rests. These aren't supernatural powers. These are natural abilities of a fifth-dimensional being, and you are becoming that being. Your purpose becomes crystal clear. You no longer wonder what you're meant to do with your life. You know it's not a career, it's not a title, it's a frequency, a service, a way of being that naturally expresses itself through whatever you touch. Some of you will become healers, channelers, teachers, guides for others who are awakening. Some of you will become artists, musicians, writers, creating work that carries fifth-dimensional codes and uplifts everyone who experiences it. Some of you will become entrepreneurs, building businesses that serve humanity and the planet in revolutionary ways. Some of you will become leaders, stepping into positions of influence to help restructure society according to unity consciousness principles. Whatever form your purpose takes, you'll feel aligned with it completely. Work won't feel like work. It will feel like play, like joy, like the most natural expression of who you are. Money will flow from this aligned action abundantly, because the universe always supports those who are living their true purpose. You'll make more money doing what you love than you ever made doing what you thought you should do. This is the promise of fifth-dimensional abundance. Wealth and purpose merge. You prosper by being yourself. The world around you begins to look different too. You start noticing others who have also ascended. You can see the light in their eyes. You can feel the frequency they're emitting. You recognize each other instantly, sometimes without words. A knowing glance, a subtle nod, a feeling of coming home. These are your tribe, your soul family. The ones who said yes when you said yes. Together, you begin co-creating the new earth, not through force or control, but through frequency. Simply by holding the vibration of peace, love, unity, and abundance, you transmute the old paradigm and anchor the new one. You realize that everything you experienced before the convergence was preparation for this moment. Every challenge taught you strength. Every loss taught you detachment. Every failure taught you resilience. Every wound taught you compassion. You wouldn't be able to hold this much light if you hadn't first descended into darkness and found your way back. The journey was necessary. The suffering was purposeful. And now, it's complete. You've graduated from the school of third-dimensional duality. You're living in the reality of fifth-dimensional unity. As months pass, your life becomes unrecognizable from what it was before. You're healthier, wealthier, happier, freer than you've ever been. But more than that, you're awake. You're conscious. You're connected to the infinite intelligence that flows through all things. You're living proof that transformation is possible, that ascension is real, that ordinary people can become extraordinary simply by choosing to raise their frequency and align with their highest truth. This is the reality that waits for you on the other side of tomorrow. This is what you're saying yes to. This is what you're stepping into. Not someday, not in some distant future. Tomorrow, September 30th, 2025. The day everything changes. The day you change. The day you become who you were always meant to be. I want to end this transmission with one final message from Ashtar Sheran. He wants you to know that you are loved beyond measure. The entire universe is celebrating you right now, celebrating your courage, your willingness, your choice to participate in this grand awakening. You are not alone. You have never been alone. You are surrounded by angels, guides, ascended masters, galactic family, all rooting for your success, all supporting your ascension. They believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. They see your light even when you can't see it. They know who you really are, and tomorrow you will remember too. So prepare yourself, do the work, follow the instructions, show up tomorrow morning at 3:33 a.m. with an open heart and a willing spirit. Let the photonic wave wash over you. Let the light codes activate your DNA. Let the fifth dimensional frequencies recalibrate your entire being. Say yes to the transformation. Say yes to the abundance. Say yes to your power. Say yes to your purpose. Say yes to love. Say yes to yourself. Your new reality is not coming. It's already here, waiting on the other side of your choice. All you have to do is step through the portal. Will you do it? Will you take that step? Will you claim the life that's meant for you? The universe is holding its breath, waiting for your answer. Ashtar Sheran is waiting. Your higher self is waiting. Your future self is waiting. And deep in your heart, you already know what you're going to choose. You've always known this is your moment, this is your time, this is your convergence. Welcome home. If this message resonated with you, if you feel the truth of what's been shared, I want you to do something right now. Leave a comment below and simply write, "I am ready." These 3 words are your declaration to the universe. They're your consent to the Galactic Federation. They're your commitment to yourself. Write it now. I am ready. Let the universe know, let yourself know, and then prepare for the most extraordinary transformation of your life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for choosing to ascend. I'll see you on the other side, in the new earth, in the 5th dimension, in the reality of unlimited possibility. Until then, stay in your light. Trust the process. And remember, you are so much more powerful than you've been told. Tomorrow you prove it.